Airtake World Soldier here, and I am back to talk about Doctor Who Season 13, Episode 6, the final of Doctor Who The Flux. What a fucking mess. Wow. What the fuck? This was a final episode, and to the people who still think Doctor Who has a future, no, it doesn't. What was this episode? It was a mess. People dying for no reason. Characters just doing stupid shit. It's like, Doctor Who used to be something amazing. A final episode used to be an event with Doctor Who. But this, what a waste of fucking time. No wonder they have to keep this down to 6 episodes, because I don't even think they could handle 12. The story was messy, the conclusions were stupid. What the fuck was the plan with this fucking season exactly? Because I've watched all the episodes and it just seems pointless. Everything in this season was fucking pointless. How the fuck is this what the BBC signs off on, even allowed to go on screen? Because, oh god damn it, man. There was just no point to it. It was not entertaining. I laughed when people died. Because the one person who dies in this episode, which I knew they were going to kill that person. I'm just so fucking annoyed. I can't go into spoilers now, but god damn, this episode was shit. It was complete and utter shit. I fucking think this has to be the second worst episode I've ever watched. I still count The Timeless Children as the worst episode because it destroyed Doctor Who lore, but this comes in a close fucking second because what the fuck? I'm going spoilers now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm just all over the place right now. Ugh! So, this episode starts off with Swarm trying to go and kill the Doctor or capture the Doctor, but the Doctor just runs away. No, doesn't run away, pretty much jogs away, and Swarm just lets her go. That's it. That's all he fucking did. There wasn't no massive escape plan. There wasn't like the Doctor flashed something in his face. No, she just walks or jogs away and Swarm just lets her go. That was her big escape from Swarm. Oh my fucking god. And then after that we go back to Earth, which has just been taken over by the Sontarans, who have pretty much gotten past the shields of Earth, which the Atropos had put on the fucking around. Not Atropos, that's the planet. What's they called again? The Peri shield. They got past that pretty fucking quick. Don't know how, don't explain it. The fucking Great Serpent, you know, the last scene he had, which was with the unit officer, she was apparently going to fire missiles at Earth. Doesn't ever get mentioned. Apparently that didn't matter. Yeah, this episode's a fucking mess. They don't know what they're doing. They really don't. But yeah, Sontarans have taken over fucking Earth. And Stuart, who they are so desperately still trying to make like the Brigadier, except the Brigadier was a fucking character. I don't give a shit if she's a family member. She is crap. Okay, she is just crap. She was willing to let the Great Serpent get away with all his crimes so she could keep funding for UNIT. So fuck that bitch. But yeah, apparently she's now the leader of the resistance on Earth. You don't fucking see any resistance on Earth, by the way. None at all. Don't see jack shit. All you see is her doing nothing. And then we see Dan and Yaz with that Williams guy in the tunnels, and they try to ask what's going on. She explains about the Sontaran takeover, and that's about it. Then we go back to the Doctor, who then turns out that she's split into 3 people, because that's fucking fun to know. Yeah, she's split into 3 people. She's with Swarm. She's also with the dog, her mother, and... oh no, not Victor yet. Yeah, so she goes on that ship, and the dog guy is literally trying to fight off Sontarans with Doctor's mother. Listen, we didn't find out about the Doctor's mother this season, but trust me, they'll get back to that shit. It's obvious what she is, but they're trying to make us wait till next season. I mean, again, to anybody who still thinks Doctor Who has a future, they have taken episodes away from Doctor Who. Okay? They have made shorter seasons. They have made less money available to the fucking show. Stop fucking being deluded in thinking this show has a future. It is near the cusp of cancellation. The only reason they're not fucking cancelling it is because the BBC have jack shit to offer the world. They really do in entertainment. Okay? Nothing the BBC has created after this or in recent years has come to the level of Doctor Who or Top Gear. And they already suicided Top Gear when they fired Jeremy Clarkson. Doctor Who is the only thing the BBC have that can get into different markets around the world. That's why they're so desperate to keep it. Oh, and the fact that Doctor's a woman, so they're never going to cancel it anyway. But they have deluded themselves into thinking Doctor Who has a future. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Now they can bring Pete Davis back. Hold on. R.T. Davis back. But it's not going to fix anything. Because in this episode, they've doubled down on the Timeless Children. They've doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down on this. It's a disaster. Anyway, yeah, so the dog and Doctor Who's mother are fighting the Sontarans. The Doctor ends up on the ship and tells them that she needs to use the ship to suicide them into a Sontaran ship. But apparently, when she tries to do that, it was all a plan to get caught by the Sontarans. Then the Sontarans capture them, put them in a cage. The Sontarans then tell the dog guy they've genocided his people, and the Doctor didn't save them. Again, this Doctor is useless at her fucking job. An entire species wiped out, and the Doctor didn't save them. God damn it. The Doctor also ends up in the caves and tries to do another mission for that team, which is to grab Claire, who they forgot about last episode completely. But they're going to grab Claire, and Claire and what's his face again? Jericho are going to get captured by the Sontarans because they need them to use psychic links to find something, which you find out later is where the flux is going to manifest, because it is all to do with the Sontarans' plan to do a peace treaty with the Daleks and the Cybermen. One, the Cybermen probably wouldn't even agree to this. Two, the Daleks would definitely not agree to this. They would probably just attack the Sontarans. So in this episode, 2 fucking main characters in Doctor Who act completely stupid just for the sake of the story. The Daleks don't negotiate. They fucking murder. It's just ridiculously stupid. Anyway, it turns out that the Sontarans are also doing raids on corner shops. Fuck knows why. Oh, we find out, but it's just fucking ridiculous. So the Doctor lays a trap for the Sontarans at one of the corner shops. It turns out the Sontarans are fucking children because they love chocolate. That's why they're raiding the corner shops. Not the factories where they make the fucking chocolate. Not the supermarkets that have massive loads of fucking chocolate. No, they've gone to corner shops. It's fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. And then she pretty much goes to the Sontaran and says to him, "We'll give you more chocolate if you take our prisoners to your ship. I mean, if you take these prisoners to your ship." And the Sontaran agrees like a fucking 5-year-old and shouts chocolate. This is what Doctor Who is now. It used to be adult fucking bad guys who would be interesting and villainous cunts that you wanted to watch. We are now watching Sontarans act like 5-year-olds because they want chocolate. That's what we now have from fucking Chibnall. Fucking hell. Anyway, back in Division, Swarm catches the Doctor eventually, or his sister does. They open the watch, and the watch... Now, I thought we'd finally see what the fuck the Doctor's done in the past. Turns out, no, they've changed what the fog watch does. Because usually, when you open the fucking fog watch, all the memories just go straight back into the Doctor or the Time Lord. We've seen it with the Master, we've seen it with David Tennant. They have changed how the fog watch works, and they've made it fucking ridiculous. And then we had this fucking scene where Swarm was torturing the Doctor by destroying the house in this fantasy dream world where the Doctor was in when she went into the fog watch for some reason. Oh my god. It's just shit. It's all shit. Anyway, back on Earth, the Great Serpent is trying to hunt down Stuart because he wants to kill her for some reason. The Doctor then gets interrogated by the Great Serpent, but the Doctor then manages to trap the Great Serpent and gets rescued by herself because that's supposed to be funny and also entertaining. Fucking not. So they catch the Great Serpent, they free the Doctor, they then go back on the TARDIS and try to figure out the Sontarans' plan. Turns out the Sontarans are going to use the fleets of the Cybermen and the Daleks to stop the Flux, because the Flux needs something to destroy, and these fleets are big enough to envelop or to stop the Flux. Or at least that's what the Sontarans think is going to happen, because they're also going to use the Atropos ships to trap the fleets in a giant ball formation that they use to keep the fleets in a trap, because the Daleks are that stupid now, and the Cybermen are that stupid. So they figure it out. The Sontarans abandon Earth, head to the trap. The Daleks and Cybermen come to talk peace. Turns out they get stuck in the trap. The Flux then gets started. Both fleets are destroyed, but the Doctor has managed to trap the Sontarans in the Flux as well, because she has taken control of the Laparan ships, and she has trapped the Sontarans in there, and the Sontarans all die. At this same moment, Claire and Jericho try to escape, but Jericho loses the ring that Doctor gave him to transport him. Claire doesn't, which is not a surprise, and he sacrifices himself for the mission. And I laughed my ass off, because I knew they were going to kill him. He's the only clever guy in the show. It was obvious that they couldn't allow that to happen. He's too much of a threat to women, apparently, Because if you have a smart man in this show, it makes the Doctor look like a fucking moron. So he had to die. Jericho had to die because he was too smart. Now, they were probably thinking in the writing room, it's going to make the public seem so sad. We're going to lose Jericho. I laughed all the way through. Couldn't give a toss. It was just so funny because it was obviously what they were going to do. I know I've missed the bit with Vinda and the girl with the one arm. It wasn't that much. All they ended up doing was escaping the passenger, and the Doctor saved them. That was about it with their story. I'm not going to go too deep into it. But Vinda manages to knock out their communication device so the Sontaran can't tell the other ships to retreat. Don't know why they wouldn't just retreat after seeing the Fluxes coming at them, but fuck knows why you'd even need to destroy the communications. Like the Doctor, you've already trapped the Sontarans. Where are they going to go? So the Sontaran fleet is also completely destroyed, but the Flux is still moving, so the passenger just jumps in, sucks in the entire Flux, and then the Flux is decimated and destroyed. The Doctor is then taken by Swarm and his sister to the planet Atropos to meet Time. Yes, Time is now a person, apparently. And Swarm, this massive bad guy who the Doctor has fought with for centuries, gets defeated by Time just because. The Doctor didn't defeat him, he was defeated by fucking Time. And that's it. That was his entire fucking... that was all he did this episode. He didn't have an evil plan. It wasn't this massive thing. No, he just wanted to take the Doctor to Time and then die. That was it. That was the big fucking bad guy of this season. And that's how you fucking killed him. This show is a fucking joke. And then Time tells the Doctor, your time is coming, you're nearly at the end. And then she brings up the fucking Master, because the Time then turns into the Doctor. And again, it's trying to say the Master's around, so the Doctor has to be scared as shit. Couldn't give a shit. Could not give a shit. Yeah, we know Jodie Whittaker is leaving Doctor Who. It's like fucking 3 years too late. I mean, who gives a shit? Who really gives a fucking shit at this point? So, and then the Doctor gets put back together by Time, and the Doctor starts letting everybody go home. The Doctor's mum, Vinda, and the dog stay on a ship together. Again, the dog guy loses his entire race and could not give two shits about it at this point. His race been genocide. He's the last of his race. All dead. And he's laughing and joking. They don't know how to write, these people. They just don't know how to write. And then the Doctor has this weird conversation with Yaz, where you think it's some sort of relationship forming between them in a fucking, like, I want to be your girlfriend type thing. We know that's where they're going with their story. I mean, there's no fucking way it's not going to happen. So, why they didn't just have them kiss in this episode, I have no idea. Just get it over with. We already know what's happening, Doctor Who. You're a waste of space for series now. Just get on with it. Let's have all this crap just come out now. And the Doctor tries to have this conversation with Yaz, saying, I want to tell you everything. But Dan interrupts. Then Yaz deals with him, saying, I'm Yorkshire, you're Liverpool. Some crap like that. And then the Doctor takes out the fog watch and puts it in the TARDIS, because we need to have that little bit of something to keep the fans interested in Doctor Who. Because God knows our stories don't. I couldn't give two shits. I knew she was going to hide that fucking watch. And I knew at the end she was going to say, keep it from me until I actually want it. And that's how the episode ends. This is shit. This episode was shit. Chibnall, you're an amazingly shit writer. How how the BBC right now can even waste this much money, and it's not that much money anymore, but the BBC is losing money, and that's why they're having to ask other countries to fund Doctor Who, because they can't do it anymore because there's nothing coming in from Doctor Who. And Sony's just bought Bad Wolf, so Sony's now going to be involved with Doctor Who. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing anymore. Who fucking knows? But I think when you see bigger companies coming in and seeing that Doctor Who's not making money, I think they're going to cancel it faster. I don't think the BBC is going to be able to keep this going much longer. And we can always remember that when Doctor Who died, it was because of a woman. You want to say that's sexist? Fucking be my guest. Because that's what's going to happen. This show is dead. There's nothing here anymore. There's not even good stories to even watchable stories with Doctor Who anymore. They don't know what they're doing. They're desperate to try and keep the fans they have because they are losing more and more viewers every year, every season. This season is only at 3 million. Only 3 million in a country of 56 million. This show is done. It is over. Russell T Davies ain't saving shit. And I'm just hoping that we can all just remember it wasn't a man who destroyed Doctor Who. Well, actually it was. It was a man and a woman. Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall both destroyed Doctor Who. It's over, it's done. And I'm done. So that's it. If you like this review, give it a like. And if you dislike this review, well, the dislike button is there. And if you do dislike it, just dislike it. And if you like my content, just subscribe if you want. And that's about it. It's a shit episode. It is depressing. But that's where we are now with Doctor Who. Hail the Phantom Menace, long live CG, and fuck SJWs. Bye.